The all-new 2025 Tesla Model Y is officially here, but instead of looking like this, looks a little more familiar like this. At least for now, because really soon, everything is about to change in a lot of good ways. Tesla has quietly released the all-new 2025 Model Y, and they have made some changes to the lineup, but the obvious question is, what happened to the big Project Juniper refresh? So let me tell you in this video what is new with the 2025 Model Y, some interesting changes Tesla has made, the latest on Model Y Juniper, because we do have some new leaks to discuss, and really just like the top 5 things you need to know about the 2025 Model Y, because like I said, everything is about to change in some good ways and some bad ways. So this is a video you need to watch. All right, so for months and months now, it really feels like forever in the world of Tesla news, we've been hearing about this mythical, magical Model Y Juniper refresh. This was supposed to be it. The best car in the world was getting better, basically with Tesla taking all the new stuff from the Model 3 and bringing it to the bigger brother Model Y. This was going to be ventilated seats, RGB ambient lighting, an all-new design on the exterior of the vehicle on the front and back, maybe some new wheels, new colors, better battery. Everything was shaping up to be really, really good for Model Y Juniper, but then something odd happened. Tesla quietly, or not so quietly, released the all-new 2025 Model Y, and it doesn't look like what we were expecting, because on the outside, this looks like the 2024 Model Y, which looks like the 2023 version, 2022 version. You get what I'm saying. It basically is indistinguishable on the outside. It looks like every Model Y we've had, but there are a couple of key differences here and some things you need to know. First thing you need to know is that Tesla is unlike every other automaker in many different ways, obviously, but one of the big ones being that they don't do traditional year-over-year or model year upgrades. So generally speaking, in the world of Tesla, a 2021 Tesla might be just like a 2022 or 2023. Tesla's whole approach is, instead of doing like year-over-year changes, like where the 2024 model gets all the stuff the 2023 didn't have, they're doing more sort of consistent changes all the time. They're constantly making tweaks and making adjustments, which has its pros and cons. On the one hand, it means that you're not really missing out on anything by having an older model year Tesla, but also at the same time, you could like order your vehicle, take delivery, and then 1 week later, there's like a new processor in there, which had happened to me, or they introduce some new color or pricing changes. So there's like the blessing and the curse of the Tesla world, and sometimes it works out in our favor, and sometimes not so much. So with that said, the 2025 Model Y really doesn't look all that different on the outside. You really couldn't really tell what model year this was unless you did some decoding of the VIN number, but there are a couple of ways you can tell sort of the latest and greatest Model Y in most parts of the world. Now, to let you guys in on a little secret, recently covering all this Tesla news has been a whirlwind. I was just in LA for the big October 10th event. I'm constantly editing videos and shooting videos and running around the studio and switching cameras. Things can get a little crazy. And the one thing I always want is odor-free confidence. I don't want to smell bad, stink, have any sort of nasty BO, which is why I'm super happy to partner with Mando, the sponsor of this video, to make sure that never is going to happen to me or you, and they've got a couple of great solutions here that you're gonna love. Created by a doctor who saw firsthand just how normal BO is being misdiagnosed and mistreated, Mando is on a mission to help you stay fresh, anytime, anywhere. It's a high-performance, whole-body deodorant that you can apply everywhere. Pits, package, feet, got you covered. It is clinically proven to control odor better than just a shower with a bar of soap alone, and they've got 4 unique scents here that are all sort of special in their own way. There's bourbon leather, there's Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, Pro Sport, even an unscented option as well, and unlike certain traditional deodorants that try to mask odor with a fragrance, Mando is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. More like a pre-odorant. Mando reduces odor all day and continues to sort of fight BO for up to 72 hours. You can pick up the starter pack for yourself like I did here, which is gonna get you all set up and good to go. I've got the bourbon leather solid stick deodorant, Mount Fuji cleansing bar, Pro Sport body wash. All these smell great, they're long lasting, and are gonna keep you feeling and smelling your freshest. And Mando Starter Pack Bundle is a great deal for new customers. It's going to come with a full-size stick deodorant, a cream deodorant tube or a spray deodorant, and 2 free products like the wipes or mini body wash. Free US shipping. And just for you guys, I've got a special here. Mando's giving you guys an exclusive extra deal here, an additional $5 off, which basically takes the savings like to up to 40% just by clicking my special link down below and using my special coupon code Robert at checkout. You guys want to learn more, start smelling fresher today, have that odor-free confidence, and get a little bit of that, what I like to call the magic from Mando. Hit the link right down below, use my special code, and learn more, and try it out for yourself today. If it's sporting a Quicksilver color, this is sort of the latest color out in the North American market and everywhere but Europe. This is sort of the newest model. You know that it's relatively new because Quicksilver production started just a couple of months ago. Same really goes for Ultra Red as well. These are the newer colors, which does sort of signal this is a bit of a newer Model Y. Same can also go for the darker Gemini wheel covers as well. Up until recently, sort of the stock Tesla wheel option were the silver Gemini wheels. Tesla recently took a page from the Tesla China playbook and made the darker wheel covers now the standard. So if you see the darker wheel covers on a Model Y, that's also a way to know this is one of the newer Teslas built as of maybe just a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago. But to be clear, Tesla is building 2025 Model Ys right now. Although there might not be, again, discernible changes on the outside, if you look at the VINs, Tesla has now transitioned over to 2025 vehicles, or at least the model year, which I should say is basically in line with what Tesla always does. Again, because this is not some big company making some huge change at the flip of a switch, model years don't mean all that much. And Tesla, again, around this time, usually will transition over to the next model year VIN. It doesn't happen on midnight on December 31st or January 1st or however you want to do this time conversion. So this does make sense, but I should mention that with this change, over the last couple of days, and I guess a couple of weeks, there has been a notable range improvement on most models that you will get if you go with a 2025 Model Y. Jumping onto the Tesla website, we can see that the base model, the long-range rear-wheel drive, basically the range king for Model Y, actually has a bit more mileage than the older version, now at 337 miles of range. The long-range rear-wheel drive with slightly larger wheels, the 20-inch wheels, gets you 305 miles of range, which actually is a 10-mile, again, increase over what we had just a couple of weeks ago. No change for the all-wheel drive 19 wheels, and I should mention that the long-range option with the 20-inch wheels, the all-wheel drive version, actually has about 7 miles less range, and then the performance version, about 2 miles of range less than what was calculated just a couple of weeks ago. Again, Tesla is constantly making changes to battery chemistry, they're making changes to voltage, they're making changes to suspension, all this stuff, so it's hard to pinpoint one thing. I think the crux of this comes down to some new EPA testing measurements. I'm not sure on that, but basically, if you were looking for better range, or at least better stated range, that is now here on the latest 2025 Model Ys. Bit of a range boost there to give you even more range for a better price. I should also mention that if range is a big concern for you, Tesla is always doing things to improve range with the software side of things. In fact, if you had a previous older generation standard range Tesla, you can actually jump into the app and pay, I think it's like $1,000 or $2,000 to unlock more range out of your battery. This is something that Tesla has done on a couple of different occasions, so that does exist. And they're also constantly changing things with charging speed and stuff like that. So all that stuff will get better over time with your Tesla, so don't fret over 17 miles. There are other things you can do, and other things just might come to your car that'll improve that efficiency. The other thing you've got to know about the 2025 Model Y, and really one of the big advantages this lineup has right now, is that the prices, deals, discounts, all that stuff have never really been better than they are right now. Now, Tesla is constantly changing their incentive structure. I don't know if that $0 do-it signing thing is still live as it is, as of filming, I should say, right now. But Tesla is constantly running deals and discounts on Model Y. I mean, even just sort of the base MSRP price has come down significantly over the last few months. Then when you couple that with a federal tax credit, you're looking at some pretty major savings. The other thing to consider with Model Y right now is that Tesla is running some inventory discounts of up to $3,000, I believe, at least as of the time of filming. And these are brand new cars. These are not used cars. They're not showroom cars. Like, these are brand new cars that Tesla is trying to liquidate that inventory, which I'll get back to more on why they're doing that in a minute, for some savings there. So there are definitely lots and lots and lots of ways to save on the 2025 Model Y right now. A little bit of a tongue twister there. And then also, like I mentioned previously, I definitely expect that as we get closer to the end of the quarter, as Tesla has historically almost always done even extra specials and incentives and discounts, Tesla is going to be highly motivated to liquidate their current inventory before the new year and before the big change with Juniper. Spoiler alert, there is a change coming. So if you like what the Model Y's got right now and you do want to take advantage of some good deals, by the end of this year, we should be seeing some screaming deals, whether that is just price discounts, just right off the top, whether that is full self-driving credits, whether it's free supercharging. Just keep that on your radar because definitely some things we will see. Now, two more interesting things here to note. One is some good news, and that is that if you do decide to go with a Model Y right now, you want to take advantage of the savings and discounts and all that stuff, you're getting access to the best color lineup we've seen on the Model Y in quite some time, basically ever. You're getting, obviously, access to good deals and discounts. And also, most notably, is that this hardware in the Tesla is the latest hardware for camera system. It's the latest processor. So you're sort of future-proofed in that sense, that even when Tesla makes changes over the next couple of years, you've got the latest camera hardware as of now, you've got the best processor, so you can get all your updates, you can run things, you can do all that. You're going to be very well set for software updates and full self-driving updates and all those fun things in the future. Even though a Tesla change is imminent, you will be covered, at least as of right now, and probably for the foreseeable future, for the next couple of years at least. The other thing I just kind of want to point out, because I do find it very, very interesting, is that the Model Y that we've got in the US is actually not the latest Model Y you can buy. There is a 2025 Model Y that exists over in China that has a couple of very interesting upgrades. On the outside, it basically looks like the Model Y we've got here in the States and other parts of the world, but this model here has a fabric interior that ditches the wood trim. It's got an RGB ambient light strip, a single strip, not the wraparound one like in Model 3, but a single strip, and just looks a little bit different and more sort of refreshed as opposed to what we have here in the United States. This is likely because of the pressure of the Chinese auto market and all the EVs over there, and also given the fact that many are waiting for Juniper and, you know, there's more competition there. Tesla's looking to do something, but it definitely does sort of lay the groundwork for where Tesla is moving and what their priority is, which, of course, spoiler alert, is Model Y Juniper. So to be clear, while Tesla is building, selling, releasing, promoting 2025 Model Ys, the next stage of the 2025 Model Y is going to be the Juniper refresh, which we have a good feeling, based off Reuters and Bloomberg and a bunch of different reports, is coming some point next year, probably in the first couple of months, first 3 months, Q1 of 2025. What this update is going to be is, well, pretty significant. We've seen now from a variety of sources that all of the Model 3 upgrades will be coming here. So RGB ambient lighting, ventilated cooled seats in the front, a rear display in the back. You've got the new design on the outside and inside, basically a major overhaul the Model Y needs, but also we're hearing that the Model Y might get some extra special features, both in terms of like physical features for the vehicle and also some special features in terms of design changes. So while on the exterior, it's going to look super similar to the Model 3 that we've got right now, there are some sources that say we could see some Cybertruck inspiration on here, particularly with a light bar. We actually already got a photo of the rear light bar that has leaked and looks pretty much like an official Tesla vehicle. It's got this nice light bar on the back. And then also we've seen a couple of different renders and some reports in overseas publications showing off a front light bar as well. That sort of gives you sort of a light strip between what we've got on the either side with the headlights. So that would be super cool. Looks super interesting. I know not everyone is into this look. I, for one, though, think it does look pretty cool. The other big change Model Y Juniper is going to bring is going to be, well, some big things and little things. Obviously, a bunch of little things will come with this update, so better acoustic glass, better suspension, hopefully better seats. Like, there's just a lot of like little things that'll change. Like, even if you're not a fan of the design and stuff, you're just going to get a better Model Y experience. But we're also hearing that we might be seeing at least a couple of new models. So we might be getting an all-new and improved 7-seat version of the Model Y, because while a 7-seat Model Y does exist right now, it's a little cramped in the back to say the least, so it might become a little bit more useful. And then also there is talk of a 6-seater Model Y coming to at least some markets around the world as well. So 5, 6, and 7-seat configs, very similar basically to the Model X, would be coming to Model Y, and with that probably a slightly larger and longer body to accommodate a bit more space. So probably not Model X size, but maybe somewhere a little bit closer to that than the current Model Y, giving you a little bit more room and some more seat configuration options too. We're also hearing, of course, that range will be a big part of this new Model Y. Of course, not only did the 2025 Model Y, like I mentioned earlier, get a bit of a range boost, but the new Model Y should be getting a physically larger battery. I think it was like 30% or something wild, at least in terms of raw capacity that this battery will have over what we have in the current Model Ys right now. Now, obviously, there's a lot that goes into that with battery chemistry and software tuning and stuff like that, so not sure where that number will land, but it looks very likely as of now that we should be seeing significantly better range on the new Model Y Juniper. So if range is paramount to you, you want the best range possible. Not that, the current Model Y lineup is any slouch, but you should be getting better range on Model Y Juniper. Also, speaking of lineup, we don't exactly know how this will play out, if we're going to see 3 models, 4 models. Of course, I would expect a performance version like a mini Model X Plaid or something super similar to the Model 3 Performance will be great on the Model Y Juniper. And then I would expect, obviously, like a long range offering somewhere in the middle. And then there's a lot of talk about if we could see a base model, if the base model could have some corners cut, so to speak, to bring the price even further down, or if that would compete with the new rumored sort of lower cost. So we don't know where that's going to land, but I would expect a lineup similar to the current Model Y, maybe with some changes. Of course, just lots of big changes here with battery chemistry and design and all that. Probably some changes with the lineup and pricing as well. Though we don't really know what pricing is going to do. We don't know if it's going to go up, going to go down, likely more up than down, but definitely some things will change with the Model Y lineup soon. Of course, I've talked about this in many, many videos before, and I always get the question of, should I buy now? Should I wait? And I've got plenty of videos that go way more in depth into that, but I'll give you my 2 cents. We've never seen a better sort of barrage of deals and discounts and incentives from the Model Y. So if that is most paramount to you, I think you'd be best served by going with the pricing we know is a for sure thing and the incentives and stuff. I think that if I was looking at a Model Y right now, I'd probably wait till the end of the quarter because that's when things will get really good, but that is likely going to be a really good position right now. Though with that said, personally, if you're like me, I do value some of those higher end features. I think the new design looks great. I'm all in on the stockless thing. I think the new seats and all of those things are going to be a very worthwhile upgrade. And while pricing might go up a bit because of that, I do think it's justified for me. Though again, I'm taking a lot of big ifs, ands, and buts, and there are a lot of risks on what could be coming, what could not be coming, timing and all that. So I'll say that if you need a Model Y right now, you're happy with the current offering, you're happy with the pricing and incentives, jump on these deals because they're really, really good. But if you can wait 6 months, especially given sort of the complicated international rollout of this thing, I think the new Model Y Juniper is going to be great. It's going to be just solidify the world's best-selling car as the best car on the market, best car on the road, and going to be a very worthwhile upgrade. And I can't wait to see it, hopefully sooner than later in early 2025. So I'm curious, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Your thoughts on Model Y for 2025? Your thoughts on the changes? Is Tesla doing enough? Should they do some interim sort of adjustments now to make the Model Y more compelling? Drop a comment down below and let me know. And also, if you stay to the very end of the video and you want a free way to win some Amazon money, love to do some Amazon gift card giveaways. 3 simple things you got to do. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, then drop a comment down below, and just let me know you stayed to the end. I appreciate you all. I appreciate your support. It's been a whirlwind week of Tesla news and coverage and all this stuff. I appreciate you all, and I would be grateful if you could just say a comment, just say, hey, I made it to the end, and I appreciate you all watching, and I'll pick a couple of you guys and do some giveaways for that reason. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.